Howdy, howdy, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to another Friday Magic Theory video. So we're going to be talking about a couple of things in Magic. And if you noticed, boom, we're back. We're feeling chipper than we were yesterday. We did a little bit of Twitch action last night with David and Michael P. So thank you guys for joining me. We're just trying new things. We're keeping the ball rolling. We're learning stuff. Update on the giveaway that we had for Methodical Asher Skylark. I know you probably dropped in for those videos early on, and then it took so long for us to announce, but this was something that you had won. It has 5 essays. If you are still watching, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just keep it right here on the shelf, and we'll do what we can do. Don't have anything to drink today. Should have got something. We've been working on Passport. This was a beautiful giveaway that we got from K Studio because he had won it without realizing they didn't do international giveaways, so he graciously gave it to us. Michael P has confirmed that he did get his package, so fantastic there. And so for the rest of you guys, once you get your stuff, just let me know and we'll go from there. Just some housekeeping stuff. We're going to be doing Twitch. Now, here's the thing. We were playing around with it on last night for about 2 hours. And for the 2 people that were on there, most of it was probably just boring clickety-click stuff, trying to format stuff and all that stuff. We did start doing something else, though, because Twitch is a very wonderful live streaming platform. So we created a new nation on Nation States. I haven't played that game consecutively in many years. So we will be getting on Twitch to do games like that. I'm not big into like the move around, run around gaming type thing. But if there are other games that we want to try out, we'll just hang out and have fun. The other thing that's interesting about that is I also have access to StreamYard, which allows me to bring other people in. So I can bring people into my streams. So in the future, we might be able to do stuff like that. So just let me know if you're interested in doing anything of that nature. Basically, there's just a lot of stuff that's happening. We're going to be doing a lot of computer work. But today, we're talking about Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic. So what are we going to talk about today is this. We're going to talk about how much it costs. And we're going to talk about why you should pick up a Magic book. If you're getting into Magic, why, you can get a Magic book, you can get DVDs, you can get downloadable content, you can go online, you can learn stuff from YouTube. But why, obviously depending on how you learn, but I still recommend that you have the book. So we're going to do a little bit of a book review. We're going to work on our Cascade because I've been kind of out of it for 2 weeks now because I took a couple days off last week, and then this week I wasn't feeling good. So now I'm back in action. We're going to do Twitch. I'm going to try TikTok later, probably tonight. I don't know. I don't have a live stream tomorrow, so I might do TikTok and Twitch. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You guys will let me know what you think. I don't know how TikTok works yet. I just started it. So let's take a look. This is Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic. Highly, highly recommended by a lot of magicians, but most specifically, Doug Kahn. If you're not watching Doug Kahn, go check him out. If you like Hearthstone and poker, he does lives for those. Oh, that's not a sound you like to hear. So let's see. You got your little cover page here. He's got some jumbo cards. So this is the book that we've been working out a little bit here. I got another Magic book over there that I want to get through as well. Some say the real secrets of magic should never be revealed, but I believe if you are sincerely interested, you should have the finest, clearest instruction possible. Boom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He just described the whole point of this video, like it was meant to be. Over the years, we have presented hundreds of television and stage shows. Now it's time to pass on what we have learned to you. That's why we created the Mark Wilson video course in Magic. course, this is a book. I'll teach you hundreds of tricks and illusions, everything from simple close-up to the latest creations in the world of magic. Learning is easy and fast. Just watch the videotapes. We don't have videotapes. But on a side note, tangent. Gavin Booth. I think Michael P. had recommended him before, and at the same time he was showing up in my feed. He has a video that I just watched on how to create Aperture, which is a moving hole trick. It's a gimmick card. You could make it with a hole punch and a playing card. Go check it out. Add it to your repertoire. It's something you can just kind of hang around with and just have fun with. It's okay to have gaff cards, but it's also good to have sleight of hand moves. It's just something to play around with. If you can fool somebody with it, great. Just have fun. So just wanted to share that with you. And that reminds me, I keep forgetting that I need to do bloopers. So, not blooper, well, the bloop things, but the recommended cards and stuff. I'll get around to that. Let's see here. Want to perform illusions. If you like illusions, you should have the Mark Wilson on Illusions videos. Mark Wilson and the beautiful Nanny Darnell teach you how to perform powerful illusions just as they did on television. Great. So this is from Running Press. Acknowledgement. The contents of this course do not represent the efforts of only 2, 3, or a dozen individuals, but instead of all those magicians of the past and the present, too much twitch, and the present who have labored so diligently to create, perfect, and present the art of magic. Fantastic. And there's a lot more there as well. But the idea here is that this is a book with context. This is a book with passion. This is a book with knowledge, not just from 1, 2, 3 people, as it says. This is generations of people who have done magic listed for you. And you can see on this page alone that you have a lot of stuff to look at. So let's take a look here. I won't read each individual card. I'll just read you what the sections are so you can get an idea of the magnitude of what we're looking at here. Introduction. A brief biography. Card magic. Card definitions. Self-working card tricks. Now we're getting into that nitty-gritty, like, what can I do today? And you've got like 11 things there. That could keep you busy. The Hindu Shuffle. You've got 12 to 15 sections on the Hindu Shuffle alone. All the different nuanced things to get into that. The Overhand Shuffle, same thing. We're talking, 10, 15 sections just to get you up to speed on that. Forcing a card. We're talking, I keep saying we're talking, that's six different ways of forcing a card. Is that going to be different? Are they all going to be different? They might be slight variations and stuff like that, but you could get by with one. But you've got 6 here that you can learn. The Double Lift. Boom. And there's so much context here. We're talking, why do I keep saying we're talking? I don't know. We got 10 different sections on that. We're talking 10. I don't know. Sometimes you get phrases caught in your head and you just got to move on from that. But 10 different sections on the double lift. Your double lift. All those gains. Just think of all those gains. The glide. You have the glide. Double backed card. Double back card. You can make a double back card, or you can buy one. You've got that going on for you. But there's a lot to look at there. Double back card, double face card. These are gimmicks. Like, especially double face cards is interesting because for most decks, especially bicycles, you can probably go pick up from Amazon. You can pick up a deck of double face cards. I don't know if it's a total deck of 52 or if it's just a handful of cards, but you can pretty much use them in any deck because there's no back. You're not going to miss anything there. The double back card, you can get, if you get special printings, you can do 2 different back designs. Mostly what you're going to get is you're probably going to get the red and blue, or red and red, blue and blue for the standard bicycle. The short card, there's a lot to learn from that. Giant cards. If you want to bring giant cards, if you want those big tricks, the big tricks, boom. That's what we're talking about. And we're not even done. We're not even done. Just with what you've got on the first page, you have enough to get yourself started with anything that you'd want to do. Now we're getting into the beauty of it here. And we've still got 2 more pages. Special card tricks. They're special. They're special. Flourishes. Boom. And now the flourishes are different because we've already talked a lot about the flourishes. That's where we've been working out of, because I feel comfortable talking and practicing the flourishes through, because there's not really like, it's not like you're giving away tricks or anything like that, but I'm not going to go and do like Twisted Rain. Like, I perform Twisted Rain, but I send you over to Dano Madison to learn it, type of situation. But the stuff that's in here, a lot of it is just basic stuff. Basics that if you're going to get into card magic, you should know. Genie cards. Not really sure what I haven't got to that section yet, but genie cards. You got 6 there. Money magic. Money magic. We're talking ways to turn magic into money. Just kidding. But possibly. No, I mean, just a couple of examples. This is where you learn the French drop, the finger palm, classic palm. This is just lapping. I mean, come on. Look at this section here. Look at this section. All of this. So, in terms of what we're looking at here, we got money magic bills. That's a lot of coin stuff. This is bills. Rope magic. Rope magic. Silk and handkerchief magic. Impromptu magic. Look at that. You got rubber bands. You got all this stuff. Paper clips. Mental magic. We're just, even if you're not just doing cards, you can get into other stuff as well. Let's see, what is this? Betches? Betches. Betches. That is, that might be something I look at here pretty soon. Make at home magic. So you can make all your own stuff, just like we just talked about with Aperture by, I think it's Aperture by Gavin Booth. It's a moving hold trick. Again, go check that out. We've got all this stuff that you can make at home. Spongeball magic. Boom. Another prop. Spongeball magic. We could work out of this book for the next year. Maybe 2 years, depending on how fast we work out of it. Billiard ball magic. Billiard ball. Now you're overplaying pool and you've got something you can do. I mean, I'm guessing that's what they mean by billiard ball. Cups and balls. You got cups and balls in here? Okay, you're done. That's it. That's all you need right there. Cups and balls. Not just kidding. But all the props that we've been talking about, all the stuff that we laid out for you, we've got 7 different things that we can learn. 7 different props that we can use to learn fully fleshed out routines. And all of them are in this book. Every single one of them. Magical illusions. You could even do magical illusions if you want to. Reputation makers. So there are even more tricks there in your future in magic. And that's it. Like, we've got somewhere around 503 pages in this book. Okay? All of the secrets of magic at your disposal in this book. And what are we going to look at? Like, we've got pictures, we've got words, we've got stars, all sorts of fancy stuff. Now, as you can see, I've still got my, that's where that went. That's where my blank card was. I was wondering where it was. It's in the flourish section because that's what we were working on. So, out of everything that's in this book, everything that I just read you, okay, we've done some of it. I have shown you some of the stuff directly out of the book, but I've also done some of the tricks that I learned from other people out of this book, because this book is a standard. Okay, so even if it's not in this book, it's going to be in another book. And some of the, like, for instance, if you're looking at expert at the card table, right? We're talking. See, I've even got a card in here. Just all over the place. Let's see, 100 and lots of catalog stuff here. 130 pages in this little book here. 500 pages in this book here. Okay, this book, $11. $11. Okay, if you're in Canada, it doesn't say. Usually it says in Canada. So in that book, which we've looked at it before. We'll get back into looking at it again. But consider that this book has a lot to offer as well in terms of this. But this is the Erdnase Bible, okay? So some of the stuff that's in that book is actually in this book, but expanded upon. But this book has way more than just cards, because originally, like, reading at the beginning of that book, it tells you that it was originally meant for, like, gambling for people who gamble, but for people who want to be, like, more like card mechanics and stuff like that. And then he included the spin with magic included, just to incorporate and include a bigger audience. But Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic, when they say the word complete, it's in big, bold letters, just like everything else. But, like magic. You have a huge, massive textbook in front of you. That's what you're getting. Now, before we get to the price, let's talk about why you want the book, but let's talk about why you might not want the book. So, I have a little bit of an education background, as in I wanted to get into education. that's talked about it, but I never actually went into it. But I was a tutor, so I had a lot of different exposure to a lot of different students. And what we learned was, and I love psychology. Psychology, that's probably why I'm drawn to magic in such a big way, is because magic is all about manipulating the psychology of a person. So, in this regard, if you are somebody who learns out of a book, if you're somebody who can open this up and say, oh, I got it, I get it, and you go right into doing it, fantastic, then the book is for you. If you're somebody who needs pictures and you open this up and you're like, I see what he's doing here, boom, got it, okay, this book is for you. If you're somebody who needs the visual and you can't, nothing to say, because let's be honest, some people can't garner information like other people can, okay, and that's not your fault. That's a learning mechanism in your brain. That is just how it is. So different people need audio. They need to be able to hear what's going on. They need to be able to see it moving in order to figure out what's going on. And some people need to read it. They're just different. People are different. The sooner we can figure that out, the more happy we're going to be. People are different. So, considering that, do I think that you should get this book if you're an audio or visual learner? Yes, I still think you should get it, and here's why. The same reason why you should, like when you're in school, the same reason why you have your textbook in front of you is because when you combine different methods of learning, you build a more concrete foundation. Plus, you're going to be building on those skills of saying, okay, if I'm reading this here and I'm looking at the picture, and if I'm just not getting it, bring up a video. That's why a lot of this they used to come with the DVDs, so you could watch them perform it while you're reading it. Now you're basically looking at this going, okay, this makes sense. I see why they say to move the card over here or tuck your finger in or something like that. And now I see in the picture why he's moving his hand that way. So you're building a skill set, but you're also getting multiple different variations on the same technique. And you're going to build that stronger foundation. So I think you should still have the textbook. I still think you should have the book, but I also think that if you are better at learning visually and audioly, through sound, that you should go ahead and watch those videos. You should definitely buy some DVDs, but keep in mind, and I've been saying this, okay? People are going to offer DVDs, they've got to offer the DVD player, because I don't have one. I need to buy a DVD player. I've totally, like, I had VCRs, I had plenty of VCRs, I had DVD player, I had Blu-ray, all that stuff. The last couple of years, I've gotten rid of them. I've just completely gotten rid of them. Even my laptops don't play DVDs. I have no idea why, but they won't play them. So I, need a DVD player. I'm all streaming, and a lot of downloadable content is available and things like that. So I'm streaming all day long. That's why I do what I do for you guys. Anyway, so to go into all of that, this book would be beneficial to somebody who's learning multiple different facets of magic, because there are techniques in here, because there are people who want to go out and perform magic but don't ever want to touch a deck of cards. Okay? I want to be one of them. I love card magic and I will continue to learn it, but I also want to be able to just perform magic with my hands without having to carry a deck of cards, because you can create really magical moments. Not there yet. We can create really magical moments with just regular props, and that's really where we want to be when we're at our performance level. You should be able to perform without magic, and then you can add magic in as you go. Really, because I've never bussed before, but I have been up on stage talking to people. So if you're delivering a speech or if you're doing anything like that, performance is a skill in itself. So if you're going to have trouble performing, you're going to have to practice performing by performing. When I was in high school, I froze up. It was terrible. I couldn't perform at all. Terrible. When I got into college, I put my suit on, because I started wearing a suit, which was a complete turnaround from how I was in high school. I basically was like, I'll never wear a suit. So then I go out and I'm in college and I'm like, I'm going to embody this. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to do all this stuff. I didn't do a lot of it, but I did it. So work on your performances. Take those extra classes if you need. Always build these new skills. So now let's talk about the price, because it's right here on the back. So $23 in the US, $30 in Canada. I don't know why. But if this book is $25, if you're shipping it to you, it could be $10. So let's say $35, unless you can get free shipping. $35 for this book. And this book, you could work out of this book the rest of your life and just do the stuff that's in this book. You can do cards, you can do coins, you can do sponge balls, you can do cups and balls, you can do rope magic, you can do rubber band magic. I didn't see any ring magic in here, but there was a bunch of other stuff in there as well. So you have this is a compendium of magic. Compendium. Should you get this book for $35? You buy this book, you might not ever need another book, unless you want to really start to build up on those techniques and get more card books, or go into more like Bobo coin magic or something like that. Unless you want to go into a more specific thing. But for somebody who wants to do magic across the platform of multiple different props, I highly recommend this book in general, just because as a beginner, when I open up and look at that table of contents, if I decide when I wake up that I want to do cups and balls, I go to the cups and balls section. If I wake up and decide I want to do ropes, rope section. If I wake up and want to do coins, cards, whatever it is, I go to that section. So this offers you a fantastic assortment of different magic that you can learn just from this book here. So why don't we wrap this up? We're going to work on the cascade. So I've been watching a couple of videos with the cascade. So and I've been practicing it slightly, but obviously, like I said, I haven't really been doing a whole lot. I did see a couple of things that I'm trying to implement, because this is why you want to, because your hands are different. Just like we said, everything's different. But if you read it in the book, you might realize that the way that they do it might not work for you. So that's why I do recommend looking at other people doing it, because somebody who has a similar hand to you might find an easier way of doing it. So like when you're making these air pockets in here, you really want the cards to kind of like, it's weird because you really want the card like this, almost to come all the way into your palm. And so that's kind of where I'm at, trying to figure out how to do that with while still creating space. Because as you can see, like if you push it too far, then this part of the packet clumps up and it doesn't create the air pockets the way that I want. So maybe I'm not far enough back, but then when I do it like this, I get like air pocket, like it clumps up in this section, but doesn't go far enough back here. So I think that's about where I'd want it to be, but I don't think it's enough. Well, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Create the air pockets, start here, climb up. I mean, it's one of those things that like, I'll come over here so I can see it. Flip this around. Anaconda. What I've been trying to do is just get that nice little motion in there where I can make it, because I see them do it all the time where they were just like, so that's kind of where I'd like to be. I feel like I get there maybe like 20% of the time. I'm close. See, like that one right there would have been just a perfect one. For me anyway, at my skill level. So that's where I'm at with the anaconda. So, but I've been practicing for months and months and months. So that wasn't too bad. Trying to get a good angle on it so that I can see it as well. But yeah, play around with it. And here's the fun part about it. Because I can do StreamYard and I can bring people on, if anybody's interested in coming on to show us firsthand card tricks that they've been working on, then let me know. We can bring you right in. I brought David in last night when we were practicing, so that worked out pretty good. I can do little... If I use Streamyard, when I use StreamYard, I can actually put up tags so that I can, if I'm going to be talking about different things, we can move from section to section. What I really wanted to figure out with Twitch is the same thing like with YouTube, is what the delay is. So I just want to make sure that when we're doing our delays, that I don't move on. That I want to make sure that there's enough filler in the conversation that from when you're seeing it versus when I'm saying it, I can keep track of the comments. And what I've been doing a little bit is I use the laptop and I have my phone set up so that I can still comment in there. So if I wanted to talk to you in real time, I could still send you a comment. So what that would come in handy with is if somebody had to leave and they're like, basically bye now, and then they're cutting out, I could basically type in the chat and say, hey, thanks for coming. And before I actually say it in the live, you would already be gone. So that might come in handy. Now, we did a card trick on Wednesday when we were using the Memento Moris that I totally botched, and I apologize for that. I basically did a free tutorial, and it's not that I mind doing that, it's that like technically I should just take that video down. In that regard, I'm not going to, because it's a live and learn type of situation, and 20 people saw it. So as I get better, these are the types of mistakes that I can't afford. But we're going to attempt that card trick again. This time I'm going to move over to the side, so I might be off center, just so I can have a visual. I'm going to be looking at the camera, but obviously this is the trick that I did on Wednesday. This is the trick that makes me hungry. We've got our two jokers. We're going to put it into the center of the deck. Just like that. You can see that they're right there. Now this is the part where I don't want to flash. Okay? Now obviously, because I'm saying don't want to flash, that's a bad thing to do in performance. Don't flash. Don't flash. Because then people are going to be like, what are you doing? Okay. So if I snap my fingers and I say, let's go ahead and pick a card, and you're going to find that the two jokers are around that card, And you're going to say the 7 of diamonds. Why do I always keep picking the 7 of diamonds? You'll find out in the future. We have a joker on the top, and we have a joker on the bottom. And now we're just going to go find that 7 of diamonds, which happens to be right there, which is pretty good that it's actually right towards the top of the deck here. That way, it's easy to find. We like when things are easy. So this is the thing that we're practicing, is the angles, okay? This is what we should be practicing in front of the mirror, in front of the camera, without uploading it. But we did a pretty good job there, because the first time I just put the jokers on the outside, okay, because I wanted a big sandwich. But the problem with doing that is all the stuff falls out, okay? But when you make your sandwich correctly, you just get a little meat and cheese. That's the 7 of diamonds. So, the performance wasn't so great, but at least I executed it at a level that didn't give anything away. So that's fun. Now, let's talk a little bit about Passport. I know we're at 30 minutes here, but that's okay. We like to talk. So we've got Passport. Do I recommend this for you guys to pick it up? Sure. This deck's pretty cool. Could I do a full routine with this deck? Absolutely. With what Passport offers and this deck itself, I could legitimately start and finish a whole set just with this deck. However, for any of you out there who are interested in getting Passport, because I know a couple of you have expressed interest in it, you need 2 decks. Do you have to have 2 decks? No. But yes. Okay. So there is that. Anyway, so we're going to keep trying out Twitch. We're going to keep trying out TikTok. We're going to be on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to do something different on Twitch, because last night I actually had some fun doing something a little bit different. So I might still just stick with YouTube and just stick with my magic stuff. I might branch out on Twitch and do something a little bit different. Maybe I'll get my guitar out, and if I use StreamYard, like I said, if I do StreamYard, we can get on and play some music. Can I play music? I can strum the guitar. There it is. That's my skill set. I'm still learning, still practicing. I'm taking guitar lessons, so hopefully I will be able to play guitar someday. And maybe someday we'll be able to play together online, live stream. So, keep that in mind. I'm still waiting on Make playing cards. They created a label a week ago, and apparently it hasn't been sent out yet. But I'll keep you posted on that. We'll do a great video there. And yeah, I think that's all we got for today. We did a nice little book review. We talked about a lot of stuff there. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being a part of the team here. I do want to reinvest in Patreon to try to get everything set up a little bit better there, so I can create a little bit more content for you guys, because David made a recommendation. And one of the things that we want to do is we want to start doing sneak peek videos. So what I'll probably do with the sneak peek videos is I will probably stream them on Twitch, but won't save them to Twitch. I think that's a thing. People can always take clips and stuff, which is fine. But then I'll upload it to the Patreon, so that if you guys want to have that content for later, we will talk about more in-depth stuff. Because let's be for real. Do I think I'm an expert in anything? No, I'm an expert at talking. Yes. But am I going to give away stuff for free? Yes. We do giveaways. But, why do I keep saying but? I don't know. If we were to do a Patreon and you guys were to be paying for content, then I would be more inclined to give you more in-depth stuff. Would I do tutorials? I don't know. I don't know. Only if I felt comfortable teaching it, but I don't feel comfortable teaching a lot of stuff. So there's other stuff that we want to talk about in terms of Patreon and what that offers. So Twitch also does like a subscriber based thing as well. So I'm still learning all this stuff. And if anybody out there who's watching knows anything about, or has any ideas about this stuff, let me know because I want to be on more platforms. So I have now totally drained myself. Liquid flu. I don't have anything in the cup. Ran out of Powerade. So, okay, remember, what was it David said? Stay positive, and I forgot the rest? No, that's not what he said. He said something. I don't know if it's because I was so tired last night when I was saying stuff that I completely forgot to sign off on Twitch, because I did it like 3 times or twice or something like that. So I might have just like completely like blah, 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 blah. I was exhausted. Anyway, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one. Maybe that'll be on Twitch, maybe TikTok, maybe YouTube, maybe Facebook Live. I don't know. But you'll find me somewhere on the interwebs.